Inconsistently consistent.
Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Inconsistently Consistent. My name is Rachel.
And my name is Melanie.
If you're wondering what we're laughing about, we were having a time trying to figure out whose turn it was to do the intro before we started, and I hear a bork.
There is a bork. There is a very big dog who thinks he's a cat, except for when he barks.
Aren't we all just big dogs who thinks we're cats?
Yeah, that's what I like to say in life.
Yes. So, how has your week been? Let's do some small talk because I feel like I haven't spoken to you in forever.
I know it's only been like 6 days?
Ish. Yeah.
Ish. Yeah. Yeah, it went from like recording like every day to now it's been like 4 or 5 days, and now it's like, what? I miss you so much.
I know. It's like, I miss you. It's part of my day.
What does your voice even sound like anymore?
I don't remember.
Well, my week has been just lovely. Just re-explaining the same things to the same people over and over, and them just not understanding, and me just saying that I just don't get paid enough. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I've thought I would like to pay my clients to fire me sometimes.
Maybe you should talk to your boss about that, see if you can get the clients to fire you.
I have talked to my boss. She and I, me, myself, and I have had many a meeting. We've had the board of one, as I call myself. We have had a meeting, and we've determined that, there is just no way that we can keep going on like this. Someone needs to go, and I'm thinking it's me.
I think it's probably going to be you as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I put in my resignation letter, and then, of course, my boss, the bitch, she denied it.
Oh, how dare she?
She said, nope, come to work tomorrow. And then there I was, working again tomorrow in my office. There I was.
And I turned around, and behind me was my boss.
Everywhere I go, it's just me. I look in the mirror and I say to myself, why did you do this to yourself?
And yourself says, because. And that's it.
Yeah. One of these days, I'll hire someone else to do the work.
Today is not that day.
Today is not that day. So what did you do?
We had, oh my God. Monday was a holiday for us, so I didn't have to work Monday, which is nice. And I spent most of the day, I went for a nice walk, and then I spent most of the day watching Game of Thrones because I'm doing my rewatch. Mm-hmm. So I am on season 3 right now, and our lovely boy Ramsay Bolton has been introduced.
Oh, back to that guy.
Yes, our lovely boy.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and we're nearing the end of our busy season, which is nice. So things are starting to slow down at work. So it's gonna be fun time until we have to start amending tax forms and we get people being like, I forgot to send these adjustments. And I'm gonna be like, that sounds like a you problem. Now you have to pay to get your tax forms adjusted. And they're like, can you waive it? No, because we sent you multiple communications saying you have to send us this stuff by this date and you ignored them. And I have a little work vent, not about my actual work because I love my new position and stuff. But so I work with a girl and she is somebody that I would call a one-upper.
Okay.
And today she was complaining about some stuff or whatever, and I had gone on lunch and came back and there was like a surprise meeting. And I don't know about you, but I despise seeing surprise meetings randomly. And I was like, what happened? Why do we have a meeting? So I just casually mentioned it in a group chat. And then she messaged me separately and was like, oh, was this when you came back from lunch? And I was like, yeah, it was. And her response to that was, I haven't taken lunch in 2 days. And I was like, my initial reaction was a weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
And it's just, she does that. So, like, you say something, and then whatever you say, she has to, like, make it worse or better about it.
Yeah.
And
I know the type.
Yeah.
And I have a name for that type of person, and it's named after someone we both know, and I won't say who it is.
Oh, I know who it is.
It's a person we both went to school with and then university with.
Yeah.
And she liked to invite herself onto things that we did, and you probably know who it is.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking of a different person, but now I know who this one is. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, but that person, I would be like, oh my gosh, I fell down and I sprained my ankle. And then she'd be like, I broke my ankle once in the 3rd grade. And now it hurts every day of my life. And I was like, whoa, okay. But you'd say something and be like, I have a headache today. And she's like, I have a headache today and every other day. And it was like one up, but to the extreme. So everything you said was like 10 times worse, and it was like, can I just have something of my own, please?
Yes, that's exactly what it's like. And it doesn't matter what it was. It could be that I had to put my cat down in October, and it could be something like that. And then it'll be like, oh, well, when I put my parents' cat down like 10 years ago, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, that was 10 years ago. This is still recent. I still cry because I miss my baby.
Yeah, and it's like, can you not make it about you?
It's like, can you just have empathy? These people need empathy. This is what they need.
Yeah, you could have just said like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Rachel.
Yes.
Right? Instead of going, well, you know what? I have things happening in my life too, and let me tell you all about them and everything that's ever happened to me in my life, because everything has to be about me now.
Exactly. And sometimes you just like, most of the time I'll be like, okay, do you want a solution or do you want to complain? And that's how I approach it. And if it's kind of like, okay, I think she just wants to complain, then I just ignore the messages because I am an asshole like that. It's handy though, because with our work chat, we have a little tool that if you right click, it comes up and there's a thing that says peek. So you can peek at the message without actually having them show that you read it. So it's very handy.
Well, now you've just announced that you can do that.
Yeah, but nobody else really at my work pays enough attention to that stuff.
Okay.
Besides, like, me and my my work friend. A bunch of my work friends.
You be leaving them on red.
Yeah, me just leaving them on red, and I just peek and I'll look and see what I do it to see if it's something that like I want to respond to right away, if it's interesting. I do the peek, and if it's just like, so my dog ran away the other day, I'm not going to respond to that. So what am I going to say? Cool. Thumbs up, bro. Your dog ran away. Great. You're right in the countryside?
Okay, Rachel, what is this episode about? We've gone so far off track, I don't even remember.
So this episode is about some Am I the Assholes, some FMLs for all of our millennial...
Well, assholes, yeah. Speaking of people that are always trying to one-up you, assholes do that.
Assholes do that.
Yeah.
It's also reminiscence, anybody who grew up around our age, FML website. Go on and read those on the school computers. And I also got some text from last night, and the way that I picked mine out is I picked them out depending on how visceral my reaction was to reading it.
Yeah, and I don't even know what texts from last nights are. I know what FMLs are, know what Am I the Assholes are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what texts from last nights are. Because apparently I live under a rock.
I mean, you live on a rock, which is the same.
Good. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm here. I'm going to clap for that. This is me clapping. I'd enjoyed that. It was a good one.
I try.
I do live on the rock.
You do. The rock of the rock. How's that fit?
Yeah. And I would like to get on the rock, Johnson.
Ayy.
Ba-dum. You know, it just, I feel bad about that. I want to take that back.
No, it's staying in.
I want to take it back. I would like to retract that.
You cannot.
You don't have to edit it out. I'm retracting it.
You are on the record as saying that.
Yes, but I'm now retracting it. It's a retractable joke. Retractable.
Okay, like the Crayola retractables.
That's a very dated reference.
I know, and I just probably aged myself even more.
We are 75.
It's been 84 years.
See, physically, I'm 28.
Yes.
But my body feels like it's 82.
Yes.
Because everything hurts.
Everything hurts. Everything cracks. I can't sleep the wrong way without cricking something in my back. I did not mean for that to rhyme.
It just does, though.
It just... Wee! I'm on a roll. I think I'm still slightly sleep deprived because, I didn't tell you this.
More sleep paralysis?
No sleep paralysis. I did have a experience Saturday night, though.
What kind of experience, Rachel?
Eventually we will get into reading some shit, but like I need to tell you because I'm extremely embarrassed, but I'm gonna tell the whole world, aka the 10 people who listen to this podcast, but it's fine.
It'll be 11 by tomorrow. We'll share it. So, I'm gonna go play it out in front of my house. It'll be a whole 12 people.
Hell yeah. So I was at my friend Grace's house Saturday and we watched a movie and then we played some Mario Kart and everything. And I stayed up a lot later than what I anticipated because normally I am in bed at 11 because, as we have discussed, we are 75.
I feel like it's a percentage now. That's how percentage of what life force I have left.
Yes. So it was like 1:30ish when we left. So I was driving my friend Victoria home, and which is like I offered. It doesn't bother me. There's no point in getting her husband to come out of bed and like come get her and stuff. So as we were driving, we were chatting. It was snowing a little bit, and we get to an area of Dartmouth that's called Magazine Hill. Don't ask me why it's called Magazine Hill. I have no idea why. And it starts snowing a bit more. And we're like, okay, interesting. And then literally 5 seconds later, complete whiteout.
And for those people that might listen and not be in Canada, that's what happens when it's snowy.
It snows a lot and you cannot see 2 feet in front of you and you cannot see the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled off at the exit earlier than what I normally pull off because I didn't feel comfortable driving in that conditions, because also I don't have winter tires on my car. I work from home. Mm-hmm. I don't have a need to have winter tires on my car right now. So,
Rachel, that's illegal, isn't it?
No, it's fine.
It's fine. You're talking to your lawyer. This is solicitor-client privilege, except It's going up on the internet.
But no, like my all seasons that I have when I got them, they were like basically brand new from the guy, and like I don't do a lot of driving working from home, so I feel comfortable going out when there's snow with them. But anyways, that night I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull off because it was pretty bad. And as we're coming up to her street and I turn onto her street's got a slight incline, just slight, but it was enough that with the snow and me not having winter tires on my car, I got stuck.
Oh.
And you know how your car does like the when you're like sliding and stuff?
My dog also does that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh shit, we're stuck. So I was like, okay, I'll try and like reverse a little bit and then floor and see if that works. That did not work.
No.
The worst part, we could see our house from where I got stuck.
Your car's really low too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So we had to call her husband. It's like 2:30 in the morning at this point.
Mm-hmm.
She called her husband, was like, can you come get us? We're stuck. So he comes down the road in his pajamas and he's got a shovel and a 45-pound bag of like sand to like shovel me out and like put it under my tires, and he had to push the car as well.
Yeah.
So
much for him not having to get out of bed.
Right? So I ended up staying the night because Victoria was like, you are not driving home. So I was like, no, I am not driving home. I will stay the night. It's okay.
No. Her husband would have had to push you all the way back to your house.
I don't think he would have wanted to do that. So then the next day we woke up, roads were clear.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's Canada for you.
Really, though. And then it was sunny.
5 minutes later, gone.
Legit. Sunny and stuff. And I was like, well, you can't even tell there was a whiteout last night. And I got stuck. The evidence of my tires tracks on the road are gone.
Mm-hmm. And that's why you can't hide a body in Canada.
Exactly, because the snow will blow it away.
Because you can't dig a hole deep enough.
No, because
unless it's summer, and that's only 2 weeks in the summertime.
2 weeks in Newfoundland for sure.
Mm-hmm. All our murders happen like end of July, early August, and the rest of the year you just got to deal with everyone.
Well, I guess if you're in Gander, you can just throw them in Gander Lake.
Yeah, but then you got to like weigh them down a lot because that shit's bottomless.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
Okay, we gotta focus, Rachel. We gotta focus. I think my ADHD is catching, and it's like going through the waves of this call, and it's catching, and you're catching it.
Yeah, that's because that's how mental illnesses work, people.
Yep, this is how it works.
Yeah,
it's how I got it when I was just a wee baby.
Okay. So do you want to go first, or do you want me?
I want to start you out with something.
Okay.
Now, start you out something just little appetizer, you know?
Okay.
Little appetizer.
Okay.
Okay. The title of it. Am I the asshole for being mad my girlfriend took my keys? Any comment yet? Thoughts?
No.
No? Okay, so here's what it says. My lovely girlfriend and I have been together for 8 months. She slept over at my place last night, and in the morning she woke me up saying she had went out and brought back a couple of lattes and pastries from a coffee shop around the corner from my apartment for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
My issue with this is that my apartment has a 2-factor entry. First, my student ID to scan in, and then my key to go back into the apartment because it auto locks.
Mm-hmm.
I asked her how she was able to get back into the apartment, and she said that she grabbed my keychain, which has my ID on it in a wallet type thing, before heading out to buy us breakfast, so she would be able to get back in. I told her that I didn't appreciate her violating my privacy like that.
Hey.
And she got upset, saying that she was just trying to do something nice for me. We started to fight about it, and I ended up asking her to leave. Since then, she hasn't answered any of my texts or calls. When I told my roommate about this, he said that I was the asshole because she did something thoughtful for me and I yelled at her about it. I think she was violating my privacy by stealing my keys. Am I the asshole? Question mark.
Okay, first of all, I think you mean me roommate.
Yes. The pirate throwback we all needed.
When he spoke to me roommate. Dude, you are the asshole. Like, what the hell? I'm sorry. You're mad because she went and got you coffee
Yeah.
and had
Now,
to borrow your
this
keys.
I'm assuming it's a guy. They didn't tell us the gender, but I feel like it's a guy.
Oh, I 150% feel
I
like
don't want to
that's a
assume
guy.
the gender, but I'm getting male vibes.
I'm getting huge male vibes. I'm getting like masculine, like doesn't like women doing stuff for him vibes.
Yeah, because this person, the girlfriend, literally took the keys, like got up before the partner was awake, took the keys and the student ID. So they're like obviously in some type of like a dorm apartment type situation.
Mhm.
Went and got pastry and lattes and came back and was like, surprise, I brought you breakfast and I paid for it myself. And then they were like, dare you steal my keys and bring me back breakfast in bed? Like, what the fuck?
I will say, in his defense, I know when we lived in res at Munn, you weren't allowed to give that stuff to people who didn't live there.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get why he would be like that, but like, you didn't, like, what would you rather her do? Wake you up and be like, hey,
Well,
you want to come get some bagels and coffee with me? And he'd be like, no. And she'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to go get it. What's he going to do? Be like, no, you can't.
yeah. They were together 8 months.
Oh, oh my gosh.
And this is a violation of privacy. And like, this person had just got like angry and said violation of privacy and like yelled.
You want to know what's a violation of privacy? Sending messages to someone's ex-wife. That is a violation of privacy.
Oh, Rachel. I didn't think we were getting into this now. Oh.
Okay, we're not getting into the details, but I'm just saying that's a violation of privacy.
What's a violation of privacy? Going into someone else's Facebook account.
Hacking someone's Facebook account. That's a violation of privacy.
Mm-hmm.
In case my ex-boyfriend did that I'm not afraid to put out there. He hacked my Facebook after we broke up. And if you happen to listen to this, fuck you.
Okay. But let's not do a name.
I don't know if I can
because fuck him.
I don't know if I can do it again without laughing.
Oh my god. Oh, you know what's an invasion of privacy? Speaking of this, the one-upper that I was mentioning that liked to invite herself on everything we did.
Yes.
Who would just like to do things with us at university would always be like, oh, hey, Melanie, what are you doing tonight? And I'd be like, oh, yeah, me and Rachel are doing this. And she'd be like, oh, I'm free. I'd love to go. And I'd be like, I didn't invite you. But then that's different matter. But anyway, she would just come by my room all the time and I would keep my door locked specifically because she would just come by and try my doorknob.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a ghost, like paranormal activity shit because you just like see my doorknob jiggle.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like, and I'd be like, Jesus, she's here. Be quiet. Hide under the blanket. Right? Or when she'd be in my room, I like couldn't leave stuff around or couldn't leave her alone because she would look through my shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know you like that. Don't look through my drawers.
Yes.
That's like, don't do that.
Just don't. That's a no-no.
You know, like, if you want to look through my shit, ask. I'd probably say no. But, like, I appreciate you asking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd probably say fuck off.
Yeah, really, though.
Unless you're Rachel. Or Lexi, and then I'd be like, just go do whatever you fucking want. So if it's Lexi, she'd probably already be in there and wearing everything that was there.
Yes.
Yeah, she'd already have it on her face and be like, Lex, what are you doing with my stuff? She's like, I've already tried on everything you have here, and also I wrote you 7 notes and hid them in your underwear. For you to find later. She used to do that stuff all the time. I would find that, like, it wouldn't be in my underwear. That sounds weird. But there'd be notes, like, stuck in stuff, right? Like, in my, like, pencil case stuff and, like, up on the wall of, like, my whiteboard and stuff. I'd just find it. And then it would be weird if, like, my parents came around, because there would be, like, quotes, and some of them would be, like, Eminem lyrics. And they would be really fucking weird if people don't know where they're from. Like, the lyrics to Insane,
yes,
I think is the name of the song by Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
That one is particularly disturbing, especially if you just read the lyrics and you have no idea where they came from. And I'm pretty sure my parents saw those in my dorm room, written on something that Lexi had written on, without knowing anything about it. And I had to try to explain that.
Mm-hmm.
How did I not end up institutionalized?
That is an excellent question that I do not have the answer to.
Yeah, neither do I.
But speaking of answers, somebody did find the answer to something.
Oh? So
the title of this little FML is called Found One.
Okay.
So it says, today, after many years of denial and avoidance, I've come to accept the fact that I'm one of those people who are turned on by furry adult art.
Furry adult art.
Yes.
Also, that's very hard to say.
I know. And my favorite thing about when I was looking at these, they have a little, like, your life, like, I agree, FML, or you deserved it. The consensus on this one was that he deserved it.
There's a you deserved it?
Yeah.
What the hell? Is that new?
I don't know.
I don't remember that being a thing.
I think I remember something, but I don't remember it saying you deserved it specifically.
Yeah, because that feels really weird.
Yeah.
Right? That's like when you're on Facebook and you see someone's post and it's all like, oh no, my grandfather passed away, and then you like it and you're like, whoa, what? That was awkward. You're like, no, I didn't mean to do that. I meant the care button or something.
Yep.
That was not really strange. I'm gonna move on from that.
Yeah, we are.
How many do you have, by the way?
I have a lot. So I'm going to read a few of them together, I think, just because mine are fairly short.
Mm-hmm.
So this next one is called Playing Favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It says, today I heard my daughter-in-law refer to her twin daughters, my precious twin grandbabies, as the good one and the shit stain.
And I would do that. So this is why I will not have kids. Because I would do these things. And I would probably use it as a way to make the one that was misbehaving do better.
You mean the shit stain do better?
Yes. And be like, you're the good one and you're the shit stain. And if you want to do better and be the good one today, you have to work your shit together. Yeah, get your shit together so you don't have to be the shit stain today.
Exactly. Okay, and then this next one, I'll probably read 3 together just because, like I said, they are short.
Mhm.
So this next one is called Get Back to Work.
No.
Yes.
No. Sorry, that's when someone tells me to do something, my brain goes, no, don't you dare. It's the ADHD in me. It's like it needs structure. It needs someone to tell it what to do. But then I also have the defiance of authority that it needs to say, no, don't you dare at the same time. So it's a problem.
Yes. So this one says, today I was bored at work, so I started browsing the internet. While I was on my Facebook page, my boss tagged me in a status saying, I've been standing behind you for 10 minutes.
I would do that.
And the consensus on this one is the person deserved it.
Yeah. But see, I would do that, but I would also really like if the person who got tagged would then like reply to that or something and just be like, say something else,
Yeah.
right? And be like, then you were standing behind me for 10 minutes doing nothing.
Yeah.
About me doing this.
Or like that,
right?
The boss's boss comments on it.
Yeah, just like make it a whole chain and keep going, right?
Yeah.
And then that would get me fired.
Yes.
Which is what I'm trying to make happen, but I can't make it happen even though I'm the boss.
It's not working, apparently.
No. It's very hard to fire yourself.
I've never tried.
Start a business and then make yourself the boss of the business and then try to fire yourself while also trying to run the business and make money off the business. It's this endless, vicious cycle of you need money to survive. So you must make the business keep working, but then you need to keep working to do the business, but you don't want to. So then you must try to fire yourself. And it's just this endless cycle. Yeah, that's how it works.
Yes, I imagine.
One of these days I'll figure it out.
Today is not that day, though.
I don't think that day is coming for a while.
No, I think it will be the same day that you hire somebody else, the day that you fire yourself.
What I need to do is I need to hire someone that can do everything I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just make them do everything that I need to do. And then I can just sit there and be like, haha.
Yes.
They just do everything that I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
And I get to sit there and laugh.
Exactly. Maniacally laugh.
Yes. Laugh.
Or do the Voldemort laugh.
What was that? Is that you trying to laugh as if you didn't have a nose?
Yes.
Harry Potter, come to die. You squish your nose on your face and then you just That was more like Waluigi.
Waluigi. Oh my god.
I can't even picture him laughing.
Who? Voldemort?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he ever laugh?
Yes,
or
he did.
He just like silently just look like he was laughing?
No, he made actual noises. He did it. Harry Potter is dead.
I've only read the books now for so long. I haven't rewatched the movies in a long time.
I just know that because I watch a lot of Harry Potter TikTok and people like to reenact that.
I watch a lot of the Harry Potter TikTok too, but I don't remember any of the laughing. Like him laughing. It's all like reenacting the "Did you put your name in the goblet of fire?"
Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Okay.
All right, what do you got for me?
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling a guy that a mobile game was more important than him? That's the title.
Yeah. Okay.
So just let that resonate for a second.
Okay.
Just like stew in it. So preface to say that I don't think I'm the asshole, but my friend says I am one and should come here to, quote, see how wrong I was.
Me as a friend.
I like the start of that, right?
Yeah.
So I had been seeing this guy for about a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was great. He seemed nice, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
Then one morning after I stayed over at his place, he saw me playing a mobile game.
Mm-hmm.
He started lecturing me on mobile games and how they're a waste of money, their time sucks for idiots. I then replied that I don't even sink any money into this game. I just enjoy playing it until I am out of lives, and then I move on to a hopefully more productive activity. He doubled down, insisted me playing a mobile game was a red flag, and he, in quotation marks, he couldn't see himself dating someone who plays those games long term. I shrugged and said, quotation marks, sorry you feel that way, then started packing my stuff to leave. He got huffy and said, quotation marks again, is a mobile game really more important than me? So I said, direct quote, yes, especially considering that I've known this game longer than I've known you. I then left and never contacted him again because I don't go in for guys who shit on things I like. Fast forward to today, a few months later, I was telling my friend this story, and she said I was an asshole for just leaving and saying that my game was more important than him. I strongly disagree. So, am I the asshole?
I have a question. Did I write this?
Yes, it says written by Rachel. Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Not the asshole.
I also agree. No, I don't think she's the asshole.
Because
I think she's fucking awesome.
If this was reversed and if it was a guy saying that the game was more important, which guys do say because they're all like, oh, Halo and Fortnite, the teabag 12-year-olds. You know?
What? Rachel, where did you go?
I don't know.
I just heard Robbie. That's your alter ego.
But
that's your new male alter ego, Rachel. Robbie.
Don't give it a name, please. But you know, like guys would, if it was a guy in the situation, his buddies would be like, "Oh yeah, the game is definitely more important because, like, you know, we gotta for the boys, FTB, you know."
Sorry, I could not even produce a word there. Just.
I know. I kind of just threw up a bit in my mouth for saying
when
that.
I read this, I just wanted to slow clap. I wanted to be like, can I find this girl? Because I want to, like, send her a message. I want to slow clap for her. I want to hang out. Like, what are you doing? Do you like memes? I would like to share memes.
Yes, can we share memes? Can I send you tacos? Do you like tacos?
Yeah, like, I think you're pretty cool. I also support your decision. You say, fuck that. If he's going to try to change you, you're only a month and a half in, and he's just like, oh, I'm sorry, something that you enjoy, I don't want you to enjoy it, and I want to try to be controlling? What the fuck?
And from a more psychological perspective, that is a giant red flag that he's trying to control you.
Yeah. He's like, I couldn't see myself dating someone who plays those games long term. It's a mobile game. Was she playing mobile games 24/7?
Dating somebody with such a closed-minded attitude.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you've been dating a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
How long is, like, this is not, like, what the fuck, right? Like, dating a month and a half, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't see myself dating someone like that long term. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry if you feel that way. And she just leaves. And he's all like trying to give her an ultimatum. Yeah. Right? That sounds really red flaggy. And like, holy shit, glad she got out of there okay. Mm-hmm. Because that sounds like some controlling ass behavior that's just going to escalate.
Yes.
As it goes.
Definitely.
Yeah, that sounds like that's controlling behavior, and that's going to get worse.
That is a red flag of the start of an abusive relationship.
Yeah, like that was a tiny red flag that just showed up, and she was like, ooh, bitch, I'm out.
She was like, I like my Candy Crush more than I like your dick, so I'm out.
Yeah. She was like, the dick wasn't that good.
The dick was like a 3 out of 10, you know?
Yeah,
Size.
she's like, I'm on level 100, so bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I also just like love also how she handled that too, right? Because
Yes.
her friend was like, oh my God, why would you not change yourself? Right? Why would you not like dick around and try to like change what you do to
Mhm.
fit into a relationship?
I'm
Right?
sorry, since when do we live in the 18th century where we have to change ourselves for men?
Exactly, Rachel.
Come on.
Right? And even if it was the other way around, and this was a guy and a girl was like, "What? I'm sorry, you can't do any of that." I would feel the same way.
Mhm.
Right? If someone is trying to be like, you need to change everything that you are doing and try to give you an ultimatum, I see it a lot more on the opposite in like
Mhm.
this type of situation where the controlling behavior is coming from a man,
Mhm.
but that is just more often seen because I mostly see it from where I work as a lawyer. A
Mhm.
lot of the people that come and divulge this information to me are women coming out of
Mhm.
these relationships,
Mhm.
right? Not that it doesn't happen with men, but it can happen the other way.
Mhm.
But someone trying to control you in a relationship like that, get the fuck out
Like
as fast as you
GTFO.
can. Yeah, run as fast as your legs can get you out of there.
Yes. Okay. So let's not be depressed anymore.
Yes, let's get some giggles.
So this one is titled Ruined.
Like our
Today,
mood.
you'll see. Today, my immature stepfather rubbed my head, destroying the $300 hairdo that took 2.5 hours to finish. 3 minutes before my wedding ceremony.
Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna need you to repeat that. Okay, take that from the top, Rachel, because, whoa, I wasn't ready for any of that.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Today, my immature stepfather rubbed my head, destroying the $300 hairdo that took 2.5 hours to finish. 3 minutes before my wedding ceremony.
Oh, it doesn't get better.
No, it does not.
It doesn't get better when you said it again.
Nope.
No, it
Nope.
doesn't.
Nope.
I thought maybe I was mishearing.
No.
Maybe I was just in shock. Maybe I was still on the last one.
Maybe. I will say I gasped very loudly when I read this one because
Also, what is
I've
with
been
people?
rubbing heads.
Yeah.
I
Why
don't.
is that a thing?
I don't know.
What is with like older men, like fathers, grandfathers, and like uncles and stuff, all about rubbing people's heads? Because it's happened in my family a lot too. Right? With like grandparents, and they're all like, "Oh, I gotta rub your head and like mess with your hair."
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't fucking touch my head.
It's like, don't touch me.
Yeah, well, I'm like that anyway. Like, just stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Unless you want to lose a finger. But like, what? Like, oh god. Also, I don't think I'd ever pay that much for a hairdo.
I mean, I can get it for your wedding day because it's like the one day of the year. I mean, unless you get married twice because you get divorced.
It's the one day. Oh, well, unless you get married twice. Unless you get married 3 times, Rachel. 4 times even. I think. What are you gonna have to do, Rachel? Oh my god, divorced all those times, Rachel. You're gonna have to start planning in the future. Payment plans, right? You got to start saving early for all these marriages you're gonna have. Put the dollars down now. Don't save for your retirement. Save for all the weddings you have to have.
I think by like wedding number 3, you'd probably just elope.
Really? Is that's the cutoff?
I don't know.
Wedding number 3, you're like, well, fuck it. We don't know.
I mean, I think maybe I've never been married, never been divorced. I've caused a divorce, but have not been divorced.
I just facilitate them. I bring everybody together to facilitate the divorce. And then they pay me. Or they don't, and then I have to try to sue them to get paid. That's the sad part.
Indirectly cause a divorce. I think I would probably like if it was like the 3rd time, I'd be like, okay, we're not doing this ceremony shit. We're gonna go to the courthouse. We're gonna do it there, and then we're gonna go to Montana's and have wings.
I'll tell you, 100%. The only reason I would ever have a wedding is so I could put my gorgeous German Shepherd in a tuxedo. Okay? A doggy tuxedo. That is all. That is the only fucking reason. And you know what? I could just take some pictures.
Yes.
So I would not need a full wedding. I would just need enough to get pictures.
Yes.
So I could go to like a fucking courthouse or some shit to do that. It's the only way that would happen.
I mean, one of my current plans for if I ever get married is to get married in a courthouse. So we shall see. But the plan is to get married in a courthouse, bring my grandma as a witness, and then we're going to go to the casino and play some slots.
I can't play slots.
No?
I have a too much gene.
Yes. Okay, yes.
Yeah, it's the ADHD.
I wouldn't play slots. I would watch her, and I would just go to the buffet at the casino because the buffet there is really good.
I have a too much gene. Me and Jenna Marbles and all the ADHDers out there. It's I can do it. I can do a 0 or I can do 100. I cannot do anything in between.
Yeah, there is no in between.
Right? So either I'm going to be a gambling addict or I no gamble. Nothing in between. I have lost millions of dollars playing fake blackjack online. If I were to try to gamble with real money, I would be so broke. So I cannot go near it.
Nope. Speaking of money, this next one is entitled Sugar Daddy.
I need one.
I've had offers. I've had offers for one, so.
Oh, send me one. Send me. I just don't want to do the sugar part.
No, there was
I just want the money.
There was one guy who literally just like wanted me to talk to him, but I turned it down because he didn't live in Halifax. So
he just wanted you to talk?
Legit. He's like, I just want somebody to be real and honest. I'm like, well, I can't be honest with you, so this is not gonna work.
I tell him where to go.
No, but he didn't want me to like have secrets from him. I'm like, well, this is not gonna work then.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's called Sugar Daddy. And it says, today I found an eviction notice at the apartment my boyfriend and I share. I always give him my share of the rent and he pays it. Or so I thought.
Oh.
He's been using our rent money to shower his side chick with gifts and expensive dinners. The worst part? The girl is my 18-year-old sister. He's 34.
Oh my God. I was taking a sip of my drink.
I
almost died.
Joke. I visibly heard the joke.
Oh Lord Jesus fucking Christ. 34 and 18?
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
But props to her. She's smart. Smart 18-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
Hope she wasn't having to put out.
I mean, She probably was, because she was probably like, oh my god, this older guy, he's interested in me. Oh my god, I'm gonna look so cool to my friends.
Yeah, but I mean, your sister's boyfriend? Not cool.
No, that's like breaking every girl code there is out there, I think.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
He's an asshole.
Yes.
He's a big asshole. This
Yes.
wasn't an Am I the Asshole, but he is the asshole.
If he was to post this on the Am I the Asshole thread, the answer would be you are the asshole.
He doesn't even need to post it because there's no question. Everybody's a fucking asshole except the one that didn't know anything about anything.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't screw your sister over, and also don't screw your fucking almost sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And don't take all the money from your girlfriend and give it to your sugar baby who happens to be your girlfriend's sister.
Like, pay your
bills.
Like
barely legal.
Jeez.
Yeah. Also, pay your bills. Also, you're going to need a lawyer, and you should save some of that money for your lawyer, because lawyers need to get paid too, okay?
Yes. Are you okay? Is this a PSA? You need to get paid?
People need to pay their lawyers, okay? They can't just not pay your lawyer. Lawyers need to eat.
I thought lawyers eat on the tears of the innocent.
We can't just survive on that, okay? That we drink the tears of the innocent. But we prefer the tears of the guilty.
Mm-hmm.
That's more fun.
Mm-hmm. So this next one is called Steady On, Son.
Sounds like Carry On My Wayward Son.
I was thinking that when I saw
Like, is this a song by Kansas?
Today, my son got his first tooth and is enthusiastically biting everything. I breastfeed.
Oh no. I pictured it.
Yep. That's what I did when I read it. I was like, oh no.
Do you remember there was like a cartoon character that had one tooth? I'm being really vague.
Yes, I know.
I can remember just this one, like, I'm sorry, I can't give you like any more description. He was white, like most.
Okay, so that's like
90s cartoon characters
of the cartoon characters, Melanie.
Yeah, so like it must have been late 90s, early 2000s, because it's when we were kids. Mm-hmm. And one like front tooth. That's all he had in his mouth. And not Rugrats style. Like, I don't know. I can't give you anything else. That's all I remember. But that's what I'm picturing in my head, is that this character with the one little front tooth.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. A white character with one front tooth.
Yeah. Just going around biting things.
Yeah.
If I ever figure it out, I'll let you know.
Okay.
It'll probably be like 3 days from now, and I'll just text you and be like, this is the character.
Listeners, leave us a review if you know who Melanie is.
If you can figure this out, we'll send you a prize of a bag of fresh air.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to read one more.
Okay.
Because, like I said, they're short. So this one says, are you lonesome tonight?
Is it a question? Should I answer?
No, it's a rhetorical question.
Okay.
It says, today, my two best friends decided to boycott Valentine's Day, ditching their boyfriends to hang out together. Not only am I single, but I wasn't invited.
Oh. That's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Valentine's Day.
No, me neither.
Also, just in case anyone was wondering, if you Google one tooth cartoon character 90s, you don't find it. So,
note to self.
You know, it's very difficult to win this bag of fresh air.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm just going to focus on what I should be doing.
Yes.
The next Am I the Asshole? And it's a doozy.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for making fun of my boyfriend's penis? Mm-hmm.
No. But go on.
Yeah, okay. So, I like this. Hold on. My dog is barking.
Yes, I can hear him.
Eli, shut up. You done? I wasn't talking about your penis. You're fine.
He doesn't
Perfectly
have
normal
one.
and dog size. They don't cut off their penises, Rachel, when they neuter them. It's the balls. Jesus. I'm not a monster. First time he lifted his leg to pee, I said, go get your balls cut off. And we did. Not his penis. He needs that. How's he gonna pee?
True that.
Can't just like open him up every time he needs to urinate. Okay. Back to the hard work we're doing. Okay. Am I the asshole for making fun of my boyfriend's penis? And no, my boyfriend is not my dog. And no, I didn't write this. Up front, my boyfriend has an awesome penis. It's a good start, right?
Yes.
It's not huge or anything. About 7 inches. We measured. And fairly girthy.
Okay.
But it is really, really, even comically small when it's flaccid. Like 2 inches. They didn't say they measured on that part. But I imagine they did.
Okay.
In the privacy of our relationship, I playfully make fun of it all the time, and he doesn't mind because he knows that he pleases me in bed. However, he has complained in the past about how much he hates locker room moments when other dudes see it and assume he is hung like a grape, even though he is not. Hung like a grape, Rachel.
Oh my god.
I've never heard the phrase hung like a grape.
No.
But it is now becoming a part of my vocabulary, and I feel like I must work it in.
I need to work that in too. So I'm going to use my phrase that I've tried to work in. Thank you, moistly.
You're welcome, dryly. So the other night we have... Sorry. Just had like a
yes,
a
we have
stroke.
blah, blah, blah all the time.
Yes, the blood.
Mm-hmm.
So the other night we were having dinner with friends and played a game where we would pull word cues out of a hat. Mm-hmm. One of the cues was something like things that are short, and I write down my boyfriend's penis. They were all read aloud, and when it's revealed that I wrote that particular answer, the room explodes in laughter. My boyfriend tries to brush it off and goes, "Oh, you got me, haha," and laughs with everyone else. Then one of my boyfriend's male friends, who he goes to the gym with, slaps him on the back and tells him, "Oh, we've all seen it. We still love you, bro." More laughter. After we get to his place, my boyfriend tells me that it bothers him that his friends think of him as the small guy because all they had seen is his flaccid penis in the locker room. He said that they've made fun of him in the past and he has had to brush it off for years because he feels that denying it would make it a bigger deal out of it than it is and has to silently take it. He said that by me making that joke, all I have done was reinforce the perception and that it will just fuel the teasing. He wasn't mad, just disappointed. He said that he would never make fun of me if I had something unappealing about my body because he would never want me to give a negative impression about myself. That he would tell me I was beautiful no matter what. I felt really, really bad when he said that. I have apologized and things are fine now, but I think that maybe he is blowing this out of proportion. Not the penis. Am I the asshole? Or should he maybe not take this so seriously? So, thoughts, questions, concerns?
I have many thoughts.
Would you like to present them?
If I can organize them, yes. Let me present them to the class.
Why don't you erect them for the class?
Oh my god, I'm I'm dying. Not from the small dick, but you know.
Don't choke on it, Rachel.
I can't. It's too small.
Yes, but people
so
can choke on even a grape, Rachel. Even a grape.
First of all, that hung like a grape. Okay, sure. Don't know what that means. Have you ever seen a grape?
It's a beautiful line. Beautiful line. I'm going to try to work that into my book. Which I will start editing.
Yeah, sure you will. When pigs fly.
Well, I will put this now in the podcast, and now I have to do it.
Yes.
I'm trying to pressure myself into doing it.
I know that for some guys, and I'm saying that as somebody who has spoken to guys who have this, like, I guess insecurity is what I would call it, about their penis size. Mm-hmm. I can see why he would be upset, but like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, so I feel like he could fix this if he just started jerking it in the middle of the locker room.
He's just like direct eye contact with his friend and be like, yeah, you think it's small now? Why don't you get bigger?
I mean, all he needs is an erection in front of them, and they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, mm-hmm. it's not that small." Mm-hmm. Or he could just send a dick pic accidentally, but then they'd probably think he edited it. So he really needs like a live performance.
So what you're saying is they need to have an orgy, so they can see it in action.
What I'm saying is if he can't get over the fact that they're all like, oh, you got such a small dick, and that's gonna, be a problem for him, then either he's got to get over the insecurity or he's got to show that he doesn't have that problem.
Or there's a third option. Learn to like the degrading behavior, and then that turns into a kink.
Yes, and then he would get an erection in front of them, and then
exactly.
But then they would see the problem, and then he would not be able to get an erection in front of them because the degrading wouldn't happen.
No, they would still make fun of him for it. So, like, again, because I've talked to guys who have this, if my parents ever listen to this, I apologize for what you're about to hear. But there was a guy that I talked to once upon a time who that was a turn on for him, was girls making fun of his dick.
Yeah, I know Jesus Christ, I can't say it. Degradation.
The degradation.
Degradation.
But like, I don't know, maybe if he wanted to try and embrace it, he could try and like be like, yeah, you like my little dick?
Because that wouldn't be weird in the middle of the locker room. Also, let me just say, locker rooms are weird.
Yes.
If like, I have never been in a locker room situation with a bunch of girls where everyone just gets naked. Mm-hmm. Have you been in this situation?
I have not. I've never been in a locker room where you're like out in the open getting naked in front of your friends.
No, that's not a thing.
No, it's not.
Why do guys do that?
I think they do it because they want to compare, and they probably do it to like, they do some weird. Listen, guys do some weird stuff with their dicks.
They do.
Okay? Like my ex, who I will not name. Is this
most recent?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the one that I said fuck you.
Yep.
This is dude.
We'll call him dude.
The name has been bleeped, so don't try and find him. I also have him blocked and everything, so anyways. Mm-hmm. But he came in the room one day and he was like Winnie the Poohing it.
Or Donald Ducking it.
And he literally walked in, and I was on the bed reading, and he goes, hey, look at this, and proceeds to like swing his hips back and forth so his dick would hit the side of his inner thigh. And it made a noise.
Oh, he didn't do like helicopter dick, did he?
No, he didn't do that. He just did the side to side, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's
See,
like,
he
"It makes a
didn't.
funny sound," and I was like, "This is weird."
Okay, so he also had ADHD, right?
Yes.
So, as a fellow ADHDer, I see the weird and I see the connection of, ooh, do something weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
But men are just weird anyway. And yes, they do very strange things.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of like, what can I stick my dick into? And what can I do with my dick?
Yes.
And all these weird shit. But you know what? I grew up as a competitive swimmer,
Mm-hmm.
and we were always in the pool and in change rooms and showering together. And you know what? In a whole bunch of girls in change rooms, in showers together, you know what we didn't do? Get naked. That didn't happen. We had swimsuits on and we had clothes on. Our change rooms, we were not getting naked. Not once. Did I see a whole bunch of nudity? No, not once. I'm sure the guys were over there just like walking around like friggin' idiots with
Oh,
nothing
definitely.
on. But not once did we have anything hanging out. And looking back on it now, and I was thinking about it when I read this, and then thinking about like this one and thinking about locker rooms and stuff, not once did I ever think it was weird. And then I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about playing volleyball and stuff and
Mm-hmm.
how the change rooms were different in that kind of respect, and being like,
Yeah.
wow, it was really weird having showers together with a whole team of swimmers
Mm-hmm.
and being like, we were just in the shower like singing like the Lion King theme songs. Right? We're just in there going a bum away, a bum away, a bum away, and going a wee, a wee, a wee, a bum away. Like,
Please don't sue us, Disney.
yeah, I probably sung it bad enough that they wouldn't. It's I kind
Good.
of think of, yeah,
Excellent.
but like that would be very strange
Mm-hmm.
to do in
Yeah.
any other situation. But thinking about like group, like communal showers and
Mm-hmm.
communal like change rooms and stuff, I've only had that experience because of swim team.
Mm-hmm.
And even so, we had the most clothes on that you could possibly have
Mm-hmm.
in the situation we were in. But
Now, I've never done that, but I have done the thing where you're at like a house party and a bunch of girls go to the bathroom together.
mhm.
I mean, we're still fully clothed. You don't see people's butt when they pull their pants down because you're not looking at it.
Yeah. Though I think if guys were there, they'd be like, "Hey, look at my dick."
No, they definitely would be like, "Oh, look at my dick, wee!" Make a mess.
Like, what the fuck is up with urinals?
I don't know.
Yeah. We
I
need
don't
to
want to know.
we need to explore this, Rachel.
No.
In a further podcast, we need to get into some of these things.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I can do this forever. I am a lawyer, Rachel. I literally get paid to argue.
So what we need to do is we need to have random guys come on the podcast and ask them why they like looking at each other's dicks.
We need to go to the streets, Rachel, and interview people.
We'll distort their voices.
Like, why do you like looking at dicks?
Oh
Yes,
no.
answer.
We gotta like no.
Meanwhile, we're doing it during COVID, so it's just me and you making our voices sound weird.
Well, actually, speaking of COVID, Nova Scotia is lifting all their restrictions as of March 21st.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, we could go on the
Technically.
streets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Maybe, I'm going to plan a trip to come up and see you at some point,
Mhm.
if people would pay their lawyer. And then, and then we'll hit the streets, Rachel. We gotta answer. We gotta get answers to the hard-hitting questions.
We do. I can get a microphone through work with like I get points for stuff, so I'll get the microphone and we can run around and be like, sir, I need to ask you a question.
We will come up with all the hard-hitting questions, and maybe we'll have 12 listeners and they will have questions.
Maybe they will. Listeners, if you have any dick-related questions
that may even be related to things that are not dicks. Like maybe to people that act like dicks.
Yes.
Right? Maybe you have questions about that. I'll fucking ask it.
I mean,
I'll just ask people.
Listen, I have had my fair experience with people who act like dicks, so I can give you all the answers you want.
I will ask people weird shit from 6 feet away, as long as, like COVID restriction. They can stand 6 feet away. As long as they don't touch me.
Yes.
They will stand farther away from me.
Yes. So, we're going to move on.
I'll bring my bat in case they touch me.
Yes. We're going to move on to some texts from last night.
Yes, tell me what these are.
So these are basically, I think, some texts that people send when they're drunk or something along those lines. And it's either you get the text or you're the person who sends the text, and then you can send it to this website and they'll like post it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't put your name or anything. They just kind of put like the area code and what it says. So these don't have like titles associated with them. They're just like legit random texts. So some of these, I applied the same rule that I did with my FMLs. Depending on how visceral my reaction was, would be the ones I write down.
Okay.
So this one, speaking of COVID.
Oh no.
After everything I've done, had sex with people off Tinder, gone to clubs and bars, gone to hockey games, I get COVID at grandma's house.
Oh my.
The next one, because they're really short, so.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is, it is time to test the effects of a half a loaf of bread and overconfidence on the human body.
I really want like a follow-up on that, right?
I know a lot of these don't have follow-ups, and I was sitting here like, what do you
I want more information. I need it. Come on.
The next one. Who the hell tries to steal eggnog?
Sandy Claus. Yep. That's my answer. No,
Sure.
but let's go back to this loaf of bread thing. I need to know. So half a loaf of bread and overconfidence on the human body. Give me a theory. What do you think?
So I think all they ate was a half a loaf of bread. And they are going out on the town to get lit.
Okay.
And they're going to try and hook up with some really hot guy who's like way out of their league. Or hot girl. I don't know who wrote it. Could be a boy or a girl. But they are going to hook up with a person.
It could be a non-gender binary friend.
It could be a lizard person. Who knows?
I think lizard people, identify with genders.
They might.
Or, non-binary. Who knows?
Yeah. But this person who sent the text is planning to hook up with some person who is 10 times out of their league. And they're like, this loaf of bread is going to get me there.
I feel like that would impede the problem because, bread might bloat.
Not if you drink enough alcohol to drown the bread.
Okay. You know what? Speaking of that, thinking about that kind of thing and using that as like something to absorb in your stomach. Sometimes people use bread to like absorb stuff if they're going to eat really spicy stuff.
Yes.
Right? So maybe it's like they had like half a loaf of bread and then they're going to like
Taco Bell.
Eat a bunch of like ghost peppers.
Oh.
Right? And overconfidence, and they're going to try to break a record. Like a world record kind of thing.
Yeah, or they're going to do the ghost chip challenge or the Satan's toe challenge.
Yeah, or we're completely wrong. And what they're trying to do is go try to beat someone to death with half a loaf of bread because it's really stale.
They just got a half a loaf of like Wonder white bread that's like kind of hard but not hard. But they're like, you know what? Bob pissed me off the other day. I'm going to beat him with a loaf of bread.
Yeah, and it's like, it's kind of stale. And you know what? That one really pissed me off. And this is going to take a long time to kill him. And I think they deserve it. Because I heard what they said about my mother. And I'm going to make it slow.
That'd be very slow with a loaf of bread.
Yeah. Well,
half a loaf of bread, sorry.
Well, you know what? Sometimes they deserve it.
Sometimes they do.
FML says they do.
This is an FML.
One of the buttons
from last night.
Well, text from last night needs one of those buttons.
They do.
They deserve it.
They do. Okay, I'm gonna read one more,
Okay, one last one.
and then you can read your next one before I read the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. I've only got 2 left. I got my
Okay.
2 hard-hitting
Okay.
ones.
Okay, excellent. This one says, and once again, the Hennessy makes me a Super Saiyan. And there's a response to that. It says, oh, for Christ's sakes, is that why the couch is in the pool?
I feel like that's a whole story, Rachel. It starts from the loaf of bread, and then the Hennessy made them a Super Saiyan, and then the couch went in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole story. We've got
That's
it
the
now.
story. They drank
Yes.
the Hennessy and threw the couch in the pool. We solved
Yes.
it. Case closed. Get us a medal.
Yeah, because the couch was where they murdered the person on, right? And they had to get rid of the evidence.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And they got fucked up on some Hennessy. Super Saiyan is really where they went, you know, because that really gave them the drive to really give it to that person.
Yes, their confidence was over 9,000.
Yes. They spent hours just going till they got ready. And that was it, you know? And now that we've talked about murder, I have just the thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucked up. I got a little fucked up one. I saved the 2 weirdos for last.
Let's go.
And I have to brace yourself.
Okay, I'm braced.
Okay.
Are you braced? She's braced.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend's mother she raised a fucking sociopath who needs to be in a facility?
What?
Yes. Right?
Go with no on that one, boss.
I think that title right there, mic drop, walks out of the building, just perfect. Like Heath Ledger Joker in the nurse uniform walks out of the building blow up.
Yes.
Right there.
Yes.
End scene. Fantastic, right?
Yes.
God love it. So you don't know what the fuck is happening in this one. But
No.
I can tell you, you will not guess where it's going.
Oh, no.
You will not.
Okay, I'm ready.
But quite the title. So and this one's actually more of a how they usually are presented, where they identify like who the writer is, because they usually identify that like the writer is like female 26 and stuff like that, right? The other ones didn't so much.
Yeah.
So this one is, so I, female 26, have a boyfriend, male 24, and recently he got into a dispute with the neighbor's kids. Okay. They accidentally kicked their football into our yard, and they came into the garden to get it back. To be honest, I didn't care, but my boyfriend started screaming at these 11-year-olds about how they are poorly raised and their parents should be ashamed. I was fucking mortified. I sent the kids some chocolates and sweets and apologized profusely for his behavior. I was seeing red flags and told him this behavior was not normal. He kind of brushed me off, and I told him if he pulled anything like that again, he was gone. The next week, the ball came into our garden, and I was about to throw it back to the kids when my boyfriend stormed outside and took the ball inside. I told the kids that I would bring it back in a minute. He went into the bathroom and emerged like 10 minutes later wearing gloves and a football covered in shit. His own shit. What the fuck? Yeah, I told you wouldn't know where it's going from. I asked him if he was out of his fucking mind, but he stormed past me and threw it over the fence, screaming, "Take that, you bitches." Keep in mind, these kids are like 11.
Oh my god.
That he threw this shit-covered football at.
Oh my god.
I screamed, and screamed at him about how he was a fucking douche and I wanted him out of my house and he is a disgusting fucking monster and they were just kids. I screamed and eventually he left. I deleted all his games off his PS4 and gave it to the kids as an apology. I was so embarrassed. My ex-boyfriend's mom messaged me asking what happened, and I responded with, "What happened? What happened? You are a pathetic excuse of a woman who raised a fucking sociopath, who covered a football in his own shit and threw it at some kids, and he needs to be in a facility because something is wrong with him, and God knows how I hadn't seen any red flags about the fucking monster you raised during the 7 months we dated. I know I am in the right for what I did to my boyfriend, but am I in the wrong for snapping at the mother for something she had no direct involvement in? Am I the asshole?
Oh my God.
Right? So, just let that digest. So, just a little summary. Kids kicking a football around, putting the football over into the neighbor's yard. Neighbor happened to be a shit show, literally.
Yep.
Yep. He said, first time I'll just scream bloody murder at them. Second time, I know what I'll do. I'll take the ball into the bathroom, put gloves on because I can't get my own shit on myself, shit on the football, take it back out, throw it at them, and say, take that, you bitches, to a bunch of 11-year-olds, and then get kicked out of the house by my girlfriend, because that's a perfectly good escalation of events.
Hang on, there's people walking by. And they have groceries, it sounds like. Okay. I'm still going with not the asshole.
No. And I get where she's coming from, where she's just like, obviously, she's worried she overreacted to the mother, because like the mother had nothing to do with it. But I think she was just so out of her mind, like, how the fuck did this guy like have like no red flags to her before he started like freaking out at the kids?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this, and then she's just like so like, oh my God, what the fuck did he do to those kids?
Yeah, it just seems that emotions were super, super high, and she was feeling very like stressed and kind of like, I can't believe he actually did this. So I get she feels bad for like lashing out at the mom, but I think it was kind of just like the mom happened to be the person that got the brunt of it when she should have been lashing out at her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
But not the asshole.
Yeah, I think it's like a complicated situation of I don't think it's an asshole situation. I think it's a more of a like, she was at the end of her rope and like needed to like freak the fuck out. And how the hell do you handle this, right? Like, how the hell did I not see that this guy was just gonna do something crazy like that?
Yeah.
But holy fucking shit, right?
Goddamn.
How the hell do you go from you not seeing any red flags to here's a shit covered football?
Really, though.
Bitches. You 11-year-old bitches. Don't you throw your football into my yard again.
You 11-year-old bitches.
I would love to know, like, the before and afters, right? Like, what happened before and what happened after?
Yes.
Like, where are they now? Right? Because this was 1 year ago.
Oh.
Right? I'd like a little montage of, like, today, it's like, Brendan is now in a facility and he's doing great. He hasn't shit on any footballs in years.
Or Brendan now works at as a janitor and just smears shit everywhere.
Brendan now works as a janitor and cleans up all of other people's shit.
Yes.
He hasn't shit on anything.
He just cleans up other people's
Except
shit.
that one time at band camp. His mother, though. His mother's not doing well.
No.
Brenda's not doing well.
Oh God, Brenda and Brendan.
She named him after herself.
I don't know if you watch. Do you watch Love Is Blind? Probably not.
Is that the one where they're in the pods?
Yes.
I saw the first season, but I haven't watched the second season yet.
Okay, so I won't spoil anything if you do plan on watching it, but it's just like there's two people on there, and like one's name is Shane, and one's name is Shayna.
Oh.
And they talk in the pods, and it's like, haha, we have the same name, and I'm like, this is weird. This is weird. Your names are too similar. Like, don't get together. Like, don't. And I will also say, this isn't a spoiler, this is just an observation, and a lot of people have agreed with me. Shayna is Jessica 2.0.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't really a fan of Jessica.
No, I wasn't either. That's why I said she's 2.0.
I need to catch up on Love is Blind, and then we can probably talk about it too. Because I
Mhm.
did really like season 1.
So, I've got some more text. So, this one says, sorry, this one I relate to,
Mm-hmm.
and you will see why. Sorry about kicking you last night, but you don't mess with the girl's margarita bucket ever.
Don't you dare.
Touch my margarita bucket. I will end you.
Yeah. Mess with the margarita bucket, you get the foot.
Exactly. This one says, one of my students asked me today if I was having a baby. Damn 4-year-olds
Ew.
and their lack of filter. Time to get back to the gym, I guess.
Ugh, don't get me started on that. Because at least it was a 4-year-old, but
Mm-hmm.
the amount of people that comment on people's bodies,
Mm-hmm.
right? Ugh, I hate it.
It's like, it's not your place. Just mind your own business, Karen.
Yeah.
Nobody asked you about your 4th divorce.
I'm like, oh, are you pregnant? Are you having a baby?
Oh, are you married again?
He's like, oh, are you divorced again? You married?
I'll read a few more. This one says, I send him nudes while he is at work because I am an evil human being. And this one's for you.
For me
For
specifically?
you, because it has, you'll see. It says, that's the second time my extensive knowledge of Taylor Swift has gotten me laid.
Okay, Rachel. I don't have an extensive knowledge of Taylor Swift.
I
I
mean,
have like a medium knowledge.
you have more of knowledge than what I do, so.
I have like a medium knowledge. I can't take you like all the way back to December, but like I'm just like long live Taylor Swift, you know?
Mhm.
And the magic we made and more lyrics that I can possibly quote.
Okay.
One of these days, especially if you keep bringing up Celine Dion to me like you tried to do the last time we recorded, that you were singing it with me, and you were bringing that up in my trauma, that I will just start throwing Taylor Swift references out at you all the time.
So are you saying that it's all coming back to you?
I know. It's coming up. Oh my god.
So this
So, for one though, you should listen to the Blank Space cover by I Prevail, which is it sounds like Linkin Park style of a cover, and that is what I really like of my Taylor Swift. I really like my pop goes punk.
Okay.
Yes.
I will consider it.
And if you really want to giggle, you really need to listen to some like 40-year-old men doing screamo of like You Belong With Me, right? Of going, I wear t-shirts, she wears long skirts or something, right? That's really funny.
Okay.
Big bearded men screaming that. It's hilarious.
Okay.
It just makes me giggle.
Okay. This one's probably going to make you giggle too. So
I will probably giggle now.
There's no context, but I like to think that there was a discussion that happened prior to this text, and you'll see why.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference, though. I drink at 7 in the morning because I work graveyards. You drink at 7 in the morning because you're an alcoholic. So what I pictured with this one is they text are like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, just got off work, just cracking a beer. Why are you cracking a beer? It's 7 in the morning. Like, geez, why are you drinking that early? You get mad at me if I drink that early. And then they said,
yeah,
there's difference though.
Yeah.
And this last text from last night, and then we go back to FMLs because I found some other good ones. This last text said, Grandma said I got a good hand job. I think she meant manicure.
You know, when you said that though, Grandma said I had a good hand job. I kind of like heard it in my head to the tune of like Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. Grandma said I had a good hand job.
I think she meant manicure.
Yeah. It's like that would be a very strange Christmas carol now.
Yes.
Oh.
All right, hit me with your best shot.
Am I the asshole for mentally scarring my son? Probably.
I need more.
So, the poster person is a 27-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
Their son is 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Their son's name is Jamie. I don't know why they've told us this. Oh, they did tell us more later.
Okay.
Their wife is 26.
Okay.
So they're saying, my 4-year-old son, Jamie, seems to hate the fact that his mom, 26-year-old female, is a stay-at-home mom. For the past 6 months, he said a lot that he wishes she had a real job so she wouldn't bother him, and keeps calling her lazy.
Damn.
4-year-old son, right?
Okay.
I hate when the 4-year-old says to the mom to get a real job.
Right? Like, what do? You don't contribute anything to this household.
The 4-year-old, get a real job. What is he doing all day?
Exactly. He does nothing.
Yeah, stacking his blocks all day, right?
Fries and shits.
What are you doing? Investing in cryptocurrency? No, you're not. Okay, anyway. So the mom is 7 months pregnant with their second child.
Mm-hmm.
And so the son said he can't wait for the new baby to come because then she won't bother or annoy him anymore. She's not just a housewife, but also looks over my father, so the poster's father, who recently fell very sick, and her own grandmother with dementia. So she's not just a stay-at-home mom, but also like caring for elderly people at the same time, 2 elderly people. So we thought it was just a phase until Jamie told his friend who came around to play that my wife was the family maid and that his real mom was working in Australia. A few days later, she went to pick our son up from school and told a new teacher she was Jamie's mom. The same friend overheard and started yelling that she was lying and wasn't Jamie's mom. Our son was too embarrassed to admit that he'd lied and went along with it and confirmed she wasn't his mother. This caused a big scene and panic, and I had to leave work early to come get them as the school wouldn't let my wife take Jamie home after what he'd said.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
it gets worse. Hold on to your motherfucking seat.
Okay.
On the way home, I was livid with Jamie and started scolding him for causing such a scene and for lying. He then yelled at my wife and said, I wish you weren't my mom, which devastated her, and she spent the entire night crying.
Oh.
Shortly after, she went away for a spa weekend with a friend to de-stress before the new baby came. I took my chance, and the whole weekend pretended that my wife didn't exist. This is where the emotional scarring comes in. Okay, so I got rid of any photos on the wall, hid her stuff lying around, and whenever Jamie asked me about his mom, I said he didn't have one. And that it was just me and him. He didn't seem to care until the last day when he tripped up and scraped his knee badly. Only then did he start sobbing for his mommy, yet I continued to pretend she didn't exist. As I was even more mad that he only wanted her around when he wanted her comfort. He spent the rest of the day in his room silent and sulking. He's fucking 4, right? And he's just like, okay, now your mom doesn't exist. Jesus. When he finally emerged and saw his mom sat on the couch the next day, he burst into tears, climbed into her lap, and hugged her tight. Ever since he's been so much more affectionate with her. He follows her around, always wants to be held, and tells her he loves her constantly. Jamie won't sleep in his own bed and even takes baths with her because which he hasn't done for almost a year. He even said he doesn't want a baby brother anymore because he'll take up all of his mom's time and affection. He's also been really difficult to go to school, and once when my wife got held up helping my dad, I had to pick Jamie up. When he saw me and not his mom, he burst out crying because he thought I'd made mommy disappear again. I felt like such an asshole for probably scarring my kid, making him think mom will disappear if he's rude to her like that again. But I know my wife is much happier now he's no longer horrible to her. Am I the asshole? So, thoughts? I'm gonna just go ahead and say this guy is just basically made sure that he has had to really take a lot of his future salary and invested in therapy for his child.
Yes.
Because his child is now going to be very fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
He was already having problems, obviously, because what 4-year-old is like, mommy, get a real job and you're not my real mommy. Oh, and then turned it into, like, you gaslit your child into thinking that mommy disappears anytime I'm rude to her. She just doesn't exist anymore. To this. So, yeah, I'm going to take a real hard stance here and say, yeah, asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, asshole there.
Damn. That is kind of all I have to say is just damn.
Yeah, this is why I saved this one for last. It's one, just, you know what? If you're rude to your mother, she'll just disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you remember all the way back in that first episode, there was that dad who liked to wear that scary penguin mask to read stories to his kids at night when they were bad. Right? That guy and this guy on whole other levels, right? Like they had a chat, and then the guy with the penguin mask was like, I definitely haven't fucked my kids up enough.
Yeah,
really working on that.
Damn.
Yeah, right?
I just damn. Damn. That's all I have to say. It's just damn.
Poor Jamie is like, can you get rid of the 7-month-old baby that's like growing?
Yeah.
In your womb? Can we get rid of him because he's gonna take up some of your time?
We get rid of the woo.
Yeah, and he might come out and cry and piss you off, and then you disappear. And I have no control over this. And also, does a 4-year-old have object permanence?
Yes.
Yeah? I think it's like 3 is when that starts to kick in, right?
Yes.
So he took the mommy away right when he was gaining object permanence. Asshole move.
Yeah, big asshole move.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay.
I wonder, like, how did the guy come up with this, too, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because obviously something needed to happen. Like, the kid was struggling. The kid's behavior was a problem. But this was not the solution. This was way, way too much.
Like I said, wow. That is all I have to say.
This is gonna be kind of my like standard for crazy now of like too much.
Yes.
It's like a magic trick. It's like I can make your mommy disappear.
Oh, don't. I don't like that. Damn. All right. Well. Let's try and bring the mood up a little bit. Okay. So, this one. There's no title on this one. It says, today I took the bus to work. A sweet old lady got on after and sat next to me. Halfway there, she fell asleep, her head on my shoulder. I gently tried to wake her up before my stop. She wasn't sleeping. I let a dead woman lie on me for 30 minutes.
Oh my god. I thought that's where it was gonna go, and then I was like, no, Melanie, you're fucking twisted. Don't think like that. Oh god.
Nope, that's where it went.
Yep. Oh wow. See, I thought that, and then I was like, nope, that's not true. Jesus Christ. You know what? You're really making it even more apparent why I don't want people to touch me. You might just die on my shoulder, right?
I know.
Strangers could just die on my shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just this is why I don't like people sitting next to me when I take the bus.
Yeah, this is why I've had the 6 feet radius around me before COVID started. It's like, if I don't know you, stay 6 feet away from me.
Yes. Okay. The next one is a short one. It says, today I texted my boyfriend, hi. His response, I got your best friend pregnant.
Oh no. Did it end with, she's also your 18-year-old sister?
No. It did not.
Also, we're being evicted. P.S. I haven't been using your half of the rent for anything good.
And this last one I'm going to read because there's a follow-up that the girl wrote under the response, and this one is a girl. So it says, today I went on a date with a guy for the first time. We went to Starbucks and got coffee. Seems pretty normal, right?
Okay.
We talked for a while and we were joking and having a good time. Suddenly, he put his hand on my stomach and said, soon this will be plump with my seed. No. Run. Run far, run fast. And like I said, she did submit a follow-up. And I have it. It says, let me tell you the rest of the story. This actually happened a couple months ago, but I just discovered this site. First off, there was no second date.
Ew.
My God.
Oh my God. That was a first date?
Yep.
Oh my God. Oh.
Right after he said that, I told him I wanted to go home. He had driven and I didn't have a car anyway to get home. He then asked if I wanted to go to the woods so he could, quote, do things to me, unquote. I told him no. Going home would be fine. He took me home and I called him and told him I never wanted to see him again. For half an hour, he tried to convince me to see him again, but I eventually just hung up. For a month or so, he called me every day, but I didn't answer.
Oh my God.
Finally, I grew tired of this and I answered the phone. I told him he was really scaring me and he needed to stop trying to contact me. He told me, I was falling in love with you, but they all laughed at me.
Who is that?
Mind you, I don't know who they are, nor do I wish to know. What? I told him I was very sorry, but he had to stop calling me or I would contact the police.
Oh my God.
He then said to me, where is the darkness? Why do you paint me as a demon when I just wanted to show you the light?
Oh my God, Rachel. I thought this wasn't the Scary Ghost podcast.
I'm sorry.
This is supposed to be the funny one. This is supposed to be a horror story podcast.
This is horror.
This is a scary podcast episode.
This is scary.
This is. Oh my God. Is this the guy that made the mommy disappear?
Maybe.
Yeah. He's like, this is how I made your mommy disappear.
He's like, you want to see what happens to your mommy?
This is what happened to your first mommy.
Oh my God. Your first mommy? Oh no.
She didn't want to be your mommy, so now I had to get rid of her. I took her to the woods.
But yeah, so he's the darkness and he's a demon.
Yes. And he can go live in the forest.
Yes.
With the they, whoever they are.
They is. I don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
That concerns me.
I don't know. They're scary, though.
Very scary.
I was getting like flashbacks to when I was proposed to at work.
Oh no.
Like a dozen times by the same person.
Oh god.
And I was like, can you just please tell me what you want in your will, sir? Please. So I can write it down. And he's like, I met my wife. But like, he was a widower, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, I met my wife when I first met her, and 8 days later we were married.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's great. Stop hitting on me. I just want to write your will and then get you the fuck out of my office. Yeah, and then he was like, I'd take you dancing. And I was like, just pay me and leave. Really creepy.
Yes, it sounds very creepy.
Yes, he proposed. He's also like 40 to 50 years older than us.
Mm-hmm.
Which, no, I don't go that way.
No.
Too far. And I'm like, please stop. But also, it's weird because, I'm, working
Mm-hmm.
in an office with him, trying to do a will for him, talking about his impending demise.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about, romancing his wife and all this, and then now about romancing me. And he shows up in his classic car to try to take me out for a ride in it.
Oh god.
Yes. Right? And then he's basically asking me out and then proposing to me in the multiple times he kept coming in. He proposed 12 separate times.
Oh god.
Yes. So there was a period of about 3 months where I did not go anywhere that served alcohol after dark.
Mm-hmm.
For 3 months in this town.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was afraid. For, just everything. I was like, he will see me. And I did see him at one point, and I hid behind a menu. At Jungle Gyms. I was like, I must hide.
Yes, must hide the evidence.
Mm-hmm. He wore the same type of hat. It was a Crocodile Dundee style hat.
Oh.
So everywhere I would see him, I'd be like, oh my god, it's him.
And you would panic and run.
I would panic and hide. And just hide behind the menu. I was like, I have to stay here forever. And they tried to take the menus after we ordered, and I was like, I need this. You can't have it. I was like, please. You don't understand. I was like, I can't admit to any of you who that person is that I'm hiding from, or that I'm hiding from a certain person that is over there. I can't point it out because of solicitor-client privilege.
Yes.
It's the most awkward situation.
Yeah. You know what else is awkward? Having to avoid a grocery store because a guy that you hooked up with and then ghosted works there. So I can't go to the Sobeys by me anymore.
See, I get creepy old men. Oh, I had a client who tried to basically win my hand for a snowblower. Basically. He was very infatuated with me. He's probably only about 20 years older than us, though.
Just a casual.
Always much older. Yeah, this at least, wasn't 1 foot in the grave for this one. But anyway, he said I had wicked eyes. Wicked eyes. Yes, Lexi likes to make fun of that. But yeah, would show up at my house because my dad was trying to sell his, no, not snowblower, his skidoo.
Mm-hmm.
And so he would try to show up at my house and help sell my dad's skidoo,
Mm-hmm.
as I don't know a way to like get on my dad's good side. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I would hide to be like, I am not here. I'm nowhere here. Don't do that. And he would try to like, I don't know, be like, oh yes, I know Melanie.
Mm-hmm.
Melanie's so great. Oh, your daughter's wonderful. Oh, right? Like, what are you doing? Stay away from me. This is weird.
I think that's the lesson we can take from these stories is people are weird.
People are very weird.
But I already knew that.
Yeah, and apparently I'm worth one skidoo.
I mean, yeah, apparently.
It wasn't even a good skidoo, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even run very well.
You're worth one skidoo. Listeners, if you ever want Melanie,
I'm worth more than one
he's
skidoo,
worth
okay?
one skidoo.
I'm worth like 17 German Shepherds, okay? I love German Shepherds. Give me them all.
Okay, so she's either worth one skidoo or 17 German Shepherds.
No.
Take
no,
your pick.
No. 17 German Shepherds or like 17 cats. Or one cat. Oh, I'll take one cat. One cat, 17 German Shepherds. No skidoos.
That's how much
Skidoos or no.
she's worth.
Maybe a goat.
One goat.
Goats are fun. Llamas too.
I am worth nothing.
No. Rachel, do not sell yourself short.
A bag of fresh air.
And you can win one if you can name that one-toothed white cartoon character that is probably a young child or baby. Another tip, another hot little tip I have, a little hint to give you.
Mm-hmm.
That I totally remember what this character is, for sure.
Yes, 100%.
Definitely remember.
So, listeners, send us an email or send us a message on Instagram.
Yeah.
About the character, and that's how much my worth is.
You will win yourself one Rachel, apparently.
One Rachel. Must
one
be
bag of fresh air, aka one Rachel.
Must be legal drinking age, no purchase necessary, open to all residents of Canada except Quebec.
Why are you leaving Quebec out?
Because fuck Quebec.
How dare you? Rachel.
I deal with French people on a day-to-day in my job, and I can say what I want about Quebec.
I do not support your views.
Well, then this is the end of the podcast. Good night!
Oh no, Rachel. You're prejudiced against people from Quebec, people with wooden legs. And the list goes on. It's freaking rude is what it is. I'm keeping a list.
Okay. You're going to do a roast episode of me later.
Yes. You're going to roast the roast of Rachel. Oh no, if we roasted each other.
Oh God.
I don't think I can handle it.
No, I don't think so either. I think that would break us.
Yeah. We could roast someone else though. We could together roast people.
Oh. I
We
know.
could use our powers together.
I know
for
who
good,
I want to roast,
Rachel.
but we can't say their name.
Right?
No.
Oh.
Think about it.
The television network.
No.
That's all I could think of.
That person who you know.
Oh my god, yes. Yeah. I forgot he has a last name.
He does.
Yeah, because they had that stupid thing for the wedding, you know?
Yes.
You know, that catch
Yeah,
phrase
the
thingy.
hashtag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what all the cool kids were calling it.
Yes, the hashtag.
Yeah. Just like milk it before you buy it or something.
Yeah, it was.
You can't say it.
I can't. Hang on. It was.
But it was milk it before you buy it, because that's what you did.
Milky. Oh my god.
You milked it, she bought it. And then she had to pay to divorce it.
Okay, I can't anymore with you. Tell the listeners where they can find us.
You can find us on the internet, because don't come to our houses. So you can find us on the internet at Instagram. It's Instagram. Let's see, what's our thing? Inconsistent Podcast 1?
Yes.
I got it right.
You
There
got
we go. If I was betting, I would have bet against me.
I also would have bet against you.
Yeah, because it's usually a safe bet.
Especially after that comment.
Yep. And we also have an email address where you can send us stuff on there. And we don't want any dick pics on there unless they're pictures of Richards. Okay? I will accept the joke. That's it. And it's inconsistent podcast1@gmail.com, which I think I got right.
You got it right.
First time for everything. It's probably the first and the last time. And that's the end of episode 5. If you have ideas for podcast, episode ideas, send them our way. If you have questions for us, we'll probably answer them because we'd like to talk. So send them our way as well. And we're going to say goodnight now.
We are going to say goodnight. Don't ask us questions about who these people are, because we will not tell you.
We will probably tell you information, though.
Oh, we'll tell you information, but we will not.
We will not give you names. Because Melanie will remind Rachel not to give names.
Yes.
And give you fake names.
I need to take her advice.
I give good advice. People pay me for it.
She does. Pay your lawyers.
Pay your lawyers.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.